In today's video, you're going to learn how to interrupt anxiety. Hi, I'm Sophie. I'm a lawyer, multilingual, certified yoga teacher, and in constant training music therapist. Congratulations for watching this video, because by watching it, you're already increasing your chances of manifesting your best life. I've been transforming my life for over 25 years. I was trapped in fear, and this was labeled with different disorders. But what was really important is that it was stopping me from achieving my life. I was there for other people's need, and I was basically on other people's agenda first, and afterwards mine. What that concluded in is that I wasn't fulfilling my own dreams, my own life. Now picture this. Somebody shouts at you out of the blue. Or you're in a forest, you're on a safari, and suddenly a tiger is about to eat you. What do you feel? Most likely you feel fear, anxiety, stress. What's happening is that your body is building up something that we're not used to because it's really uncomfortable. So I'm going to start by explaining what the brain is. The National Institutes of Health, the Brain Council, state that the brain's primary function, quote unquote, is to process information, integrating internal and external signals, to generate perception, emotion, movement, memory, decision-making, and adaptive behavior necessary for survival and well-being. In a nutshell, a brain's main function is to keep us alive. Same as your legs are here to make you walk or run, and your hands to pick your nose. It's simple, isn't it? But it's not easy, because when emotions and personal experiences come into play, things get a little bit complicated, because the brain interprets something as dangerous when it's even just a little bit uncomfortable, or quite a bit uncomfortable, depending on your personal experience. So that can happen even when you're trying to change your habit to go to the gym or eat a little bit healthier. Now, the difference between people who achieve what they want in life versus people who don't is that people who do have this sense of control that they can manage the circumstance, versus those that don't feel that they're doomed by external circumstances. So many of us already understand this and know this. The theory is good, but why is it so hard to put it into practice? Well, first of all, because our brain is always there to remind us it's uncomfortable. We need to survive. Get out of there. That's one of the things. But also, to start something new takes a lot more energy. So when it's harder for us, it takes a lot more energy to get out of the previous rut. So for example, picture a plane. So to take off is going to take a lot more energy than to stay in cruising time. The best news ever is that we can do something about this. It's called neuroplasticity. It's a fancy pants word to say that your brain can be modified. So picture this. You can close your eyes and feel you're in front of this field of tall grass, okay? And there's no path. So you walk straight ahead and you step on this grass. Now you've created a path. If you look behind you, never look behind though, just to learn what's happened. You see a path. So that's exactly what happens with the brain. So with the brain, every time we take a new path, which is not like grass, but little electrical connections. So picture these like little electrical connections. Every time you go through a new path, your brain is learning, okay, this might be the new path. This might be the new path. Every time you do it, it installs a new habit, or it gets closer to installing the new habit. So remember, we've been doing other things that have taken us to the current result for many, many years. So we need to take this path for many, many times before it replaces the previous one. So there are different tips and tricks that we can do to start training our mind and being very adamant in what we want to do. So it's not only external circumstances, external people that ask from us things we don't want to do, but also our brain. And that's the tricky part. We need to know ourselves very well and be very aware of what that internal message is. So picture this. You're at university or at a work meeting and you're really nervous about this presentation and you start to feel jittery, maybe sweaty, or your hands get sweaty. You're about to talk and there's a knot in your throat. So what we want to do is stop that message that we're being nervous, because otherwise our brain builds up everything, all the potential dooming scenarios that we're going to fail. So we survive and we get out of there. But let's face it, we don't really want to get out of the meeting. We don't want to fail at university. So what we want to do is stop and change that pattern. Something we could do is take our thumbs from our thumbs to our pinkies and move our thumbs. It doesn't have to be like this. Obviously, you're not going to start in a meeting doing like this, but you can have your thumbs on the table, let's say, and just press a little bit, okay? Press from your thumbs to your pinkies. And we want to make it a little bit complex so your mind's focus and attention is there. So let's try now. So get your thumbs out and press your thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger and pinky. What I like best is an affirmation. I am safe and strong. 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 So already your mind, your focus is different. We're changing that path. Well, what we want to do is give that message to the brain each time we do something different, that this is the new path we want to go to. We are in control, and we are now in that group of people who achieve things in their life. Of course, I get it. It's not as easy because we have to repeat it many, many times. But if you think about it, if achieving your goals is based on doing these simple shifts, it actually is easy. It's much harder to stay where you're at. So you can do this exercise and choose this method with the thumbs and the affirmation, I am safe and strong, or you can find something that is more close to you. For example, what I like to do is to hum a melody. Or if I can, belt it out. Obviously, you don't need to sing, you don't need to do it with music, but music is a very powerful tool because what it does, it can help you get there faster because we're not thinking that much. The music helps us focus in a way and glue certain things in a way that the mind takes a little bit of time to do. So when we listen to music, make music, we activate certain parts of our brain, in particular the limbic system, which is a group of structures that mainly takes care of attention and memory. So just a note that music is very, very potent because of all these reasons and many more that we'll see later on. It is great to pay attention. It's the first step and a very, very important one. We need to pay attention to what dialogue is going on in there. But the main thing to do is that attention plus action. Only when we do these two together are we going to get the results we want. Apply this technique from today and start seeing how you shift your life one moment at a time. A quote attributed to Albert Einstein is very clear. It says, "Insanity is to do the same thing over and over again and expect different results." Check out this video if you want to learn more changes I made in my life, like shedding 25 kilos off my body and having thriving relationships. More next week, and make sure you choose your day.